Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new around here, then my name is Ash. It's lovely to have you. I make loads of parenting and lifestyle and more recently interiors videos over on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe. Today's video has been highly requested. It is basically just a little tour of the house since we've decorated it for Christmas. Now, I'd like to say I'd be able to tell you every single decoration and where it's from on this tree, but to be fair, it's basically glazed, so it probably would take me a long time. But I'll give you the general gist of where things are from and anything new that I've purchased this year. So when you come into the living room, it feels really cosy when all the lights are off and all you've got on is the Christmas tree. So this year I decided to get more lights. This is actually a pre-lit tree from NYX. It's a 6-foot tree and it's one of their luxury ones. I think it was £200, which is pretty expensive for a Christmas tree, but the amount of times you'll use this like every year, I think it was worth it at the time. So the theme that we've gone for is kind of like a mix of metals. I actually didn't realise this until the other day, but we do have silver, gold and champagne tones throughout the tree, and I just like the way that that kind of looks sort of like multi-textural throughout the tree. It looks really nice. The lower tree isn't actually a snow tipped tree. You would think it was because we've got these little feather boas through it. These were from Poundland. You can get more expensive ones online, but these were only £1 each and they're actually from the Hen Weekend section, so really affordable. I've actually got 6 draped throughout the tree and I really love how this looks. So many bloggers are doing this year and I've also seen it on Pinterest, so I can't even claim it as my own idea. But yeah, I really love the way that that looks, and I know a few of you have actually went ahead and done the same thing this year. So if you've done it, then please do put a picture on Instagram and tag me so I can have a look at yours as well. Also see that I've got these beads as well. These are from B&M and they're actually a rose gold colour, although I don't think they come up very rose gold on camera. These were really cheap as well. I think these were £1.99 for a pot of them, and I've got about 3 different lots draped throughout the tree, but it's one pack, so it comes in 3 sections. Another good thing to bulk out your tree between decorations that make it look lovely and full are acorns. You can go and get your own if you want and wash them out and paint them and stuff, but these ones are just from B&M and I think these are £1.99 for a big massive pot of them. You can get them in natural colours as well, but these ones are silver and they're also got little kind of sparkly bits on the edge which look really good, and they're quite reflective with the fairy lights as well. Like I said, we did get more fairy lights this year. These were £14.99 for 400 fairy lights, and these are in the warm white tone, which I always think look very festive. I'm trying to hide these behind the feather boa, and actually I'm glad that I got more this year because we've got the feather boa and more decorations on the tree. You are losing a lot of the lights, so it's probably better that we got more this time so you can actually see it twinkle. Believe it or not, a lot of these decorations are from Poundland. These were from Poundland last year and obviously we're £1, the little owls. I've got 3 of these throughout the tree. I've also got these little swans, which again were from Poundland. I believe these actually came in a pack of 2, so I've got 4 throughout the tree. I want to say these are from Poundland as well. I actually can't remember now. I think these either are from Poundland or maybe from Matalan. Again, there's not a single decoration in this tree bar one that was over £3, so really cheap. These ones here are from Asda, and that was 2 years ago, but they will have similar ones. Asda or George's range of Christmas decorations are just amazing for the price, and they kind of look like NYX quality. These little glass ones here are also from Poundland, and then here I've actually, the new addition this year is I've added on loads of flowers. So these ones were actually just in a kind of vase on my dining table, but I took them off and just used the full stem to thread it all the way through the branches, and it's really stuck in there nice and tight and will not fall out. And again, I've got these ones here, but these are on clips. As you can see, I've clipped it to the feather boa, and they were from Home Bargains. You can get them in 2 different colours, silver and gold. Another addition this year are these initials. These were 70p each from Home Bargains. It did take me quite a while actually to go through the reel and find all of our initials, but someone actually told me on Instagram that it spells out cafe on the tree when you look at it, which is very true, the way that I've arranged them. These little reindeers here are also from Asda. This here is from Channel Mum. It says "You're a star." I love that decoration. And these ones here again were from Poundland. Poundland last year were like amazing for Christmas decorations. I don't know how good they are this year, but last year's stuff was amazing. I've also got one here for Charlie that was from my mum. That's his first Christmas decoration. Lola's even got a wee mention on here. And there's also one with Ella's name around here, which is a little snowman. And you'll see as well that we've also got these snowflakes. They came in a pack of 10 for £2 in Asda. I don't even hang them, I just literally kind of sit them in between the branches just to bulk it out and make it look as full and as blingy as possible. And then I suppose the last thing I'll say about the tree is that the top of it is not a star, it's a bow. And I actually think this was for decorating presents. I don't think it was for decorating your tree, but this comes with a clip on it, so I literally just clip that on the back like a hair slide, and then it just holds in place at the top of the tree, and I really like the way that that looks. Everything else we tried, stars, we tried angel at the top of the tree, nothing else seemed to work. I don't know if it's because the tree is only 6 foot tall, it just didn't look right, but the bow I think looks really nice and is different from most things that I've seen. Down here you might recognise these little guys. I actually picked them up from Home Bargains yesterday, or the day before actually, but the video went live last night showing the haul of them. So this little robin with the hat on, he is about £2.50 I think. It was really cheap. These are made out of polystyrene underneath, so they're not really heavy, which is good for storage, but I think that's why they're so cheap, but they look really good. He was £4 I think, or £4.50. In fact, no, that's a lie. These were both £5.99 because I remember it was strange that the two of them, same price even though they're different sizes. This one you need to kind of lean against something though because it keeps falling over. And over here I've got a little polar bear who stands quite steadily. He's probably my favourite actually, but I think they've been dubbed Carol and Tracy by Ella, her two favourite names. And over here I've got a little sack from Amazon Handmade that says Ella's name on it, and then we've got a Christmas Eve box for Charlie that is also got his name on it as well. Got a little plastic frame here from our Santa meet last year in Jenner's, and it's just got a picture of me and Charlie and Ella with Santa. Also one of the snow globe ones as well, so you can shake it and it starts snowing within the picture, which is nice. And then at the back here I've just got a wicker star which is from B&M, and again really cheap, that was less than £5. Probably this seems a bit irrelevant and not Christmassy, but in here I've got some Christmassy scents from Air Pure. That's a brand that is sold in Home Bargains. It's really cheap, they're £1 for about 8 wax melts, and they have some amazing scents. Then if you come along here we've got this garland going across the TV unit, or just sideboard I suppose you would call it. This was actually from Pound World last year and it was £5. Now what I've actually done, it was pretty plain, it came with just a few little acorns on it. What I did is I got some of these little light bulbs that are on a string and you just put in some batteries and they light up. Admittedly the batteries were probably needing replaced now, but they look so nice at night time when everything else is dark and all that's lit up are just these little bulbs. And as you can see, you'll recognise some of these decorations on here as well. I've just popped on some of these baubles. I've taken off the little hangers on some of them and just shoved them on the end of the branch just because they seem to hold better that way, especially when they're on the edge like that. So I think that looks really nice and just nice and festive. I wish I had another one of these to go up the banister, but I'm yet to find one that looks good and is also good value and is also long enough. And here we've got two of my favourite decorations. They are the nutcrackers. These were from Matalan and I actually got them on sale when they had 25% off. They have a different type this year, but the same actual guy. It's the same nutcracker, just different colours. You can also get these in pink as well, which are really nice. I actually did have a pink one with a Christmas countdown on it. It would tell you how many days it was till Christmas, but it broke in transit unfortunately when we were moving house. So that's in the bin now. But I've got these two nutcrackers that stand each side of the unit just above this garland, which I think looks really gorgeous. And then I suppose the last thing in this room is just the kind of centrepiece. It's not too different from usual other than the fact I've added just this little holly spray in the middle, and then also I've got some mistletoe just to make it feel a bit more Christmassy, but it does still feel like the living room before, if that makes sense. And then Fraser thinks this is really cringeworthy, right? But I downloaded the Sky, I think it's called Christmas Scenes, and you can hear it. It's like a proper crackling fire. I just miss our fire from the last house, that's all it is. So I've got this temporary measure at the moment, but it was free on Sky, so when you've got people in and you don't want music on the TV, you maybe just want to play it through like a Sonos speaker or whatever, and you want to have something on in the background just for kind of like, you know, background distraction when you've got people in. It's weird if the TV is not on. That's quite good for that, I would think. So yeah, that's a little overview of the living room. It's looking very festive. And also it smells like this, which is the Unstoppables Lavish Air Freshener. I just picked this up the other day and it does smell very fresh and Christmassy. On the hallway we've not got too much going on. I've just got this little Noel sign. I think this was actually from Dobie's, and then I've got this wooden one as well that complements it, which is from Poundland, and I don't know what it is about this, but I just absolutely love it. One little stocking here hanging on the door, which is actually from Mamas and Papas, and Fraser bought this for me when I was pregnant, which I think is a really nice touch. And on the stair we've just got some of these little angel wings. I just think that looks really pretty sitting at the end of the staircase. I'd love to get a big garland going up the stairs, but I cannot find one for the life of me that I like or I think it's going to be easy to work with. So if you know one, then hit me up. What was the last thing to show? It's just my dining space. I got these the other day, which are just little jars from Home Bargains. I think they were 70p each, and they're little glass jars with Santas on. They're just novelty ones. And I've also got an elf one and then another Santa one here. Ella's got her little friends coming round after nursery for some lunch, so I thought that'd be a really nice thing to do, is just have them set out so that they can have their lunch together. And then here, these little polystyrene trees are from Primark. And then they're also got like this little garland at the bottom, which actually had a candle in the middle of it, but I've just popped the tree in. They're also from Primark. They were £6 each. I've got the same on the other side just for symmetry. And then from the same range, I've got a wreath in the middle, which is made of that same polystyrene material. And then in the centre, I've got this gorgeous vase, which is from Dunelm. And in the centre of that, I've got all these lovely snowy roses, which look very festive, but quite plain, admittedly. I would like to get some nice, I don't know, eucalyptus or something, just like a nice tone of green to put in there, just to kind of lift it up a little bit. And we've got Ella's hair bow in the middle here, just for laziness, really. I've also got some acorns on there as well. My placemats are from Amazon. They are just like wooden placemats, but they look marbly, which I really love. And then of course I've got my runner, which is actually a tablecloth that I've halved and ironed into place, which is from Home Bargains and was £5. And I've got the matching napkins, which was 4 in a pack for £2.50. So guys, that's the end of my Christmas home tour. It is not much, but we're getting there, and hopefully next year it will be like a total winter wonderland. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then make sure you subscribe before you leave. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.